And as we get settled in here, hope it's been a nice week for you. I know it's a little weird of a week with a lot of schools closing today. I know my boys, it was their last day of school today, so it's been kind of busy with that. And then, of course, we're getting ready for the Memorial Day weekend and hopefully have a long weekend. But as we get closer to that, a lot of people are very concerned about what's going to happen this weekend weather-wise, and so hopefully we'll be touching base here with meteorologist Patrick Pete. And we had some storms in the area tonight, and maybe I can show you one of the live pictures we've been watching here tonight. We've had some storms out there tonight. Maybe this is from Lake Lanier, and you can see some of the clouds off in the distance, and so we'll get a chance here to talk with Patrick Pete maybe a little bit later here tonight and see what the forecast is looking like for this evening, but also as we get close to the holiday weekend. But as we look at some of the headlines happening out there today, just a story that's really captivated our newsroom is one. It's just been a tragic accident that left that killed four members of a family, five members of this family, but four of them were killed. And who was left behind? The surviving member was a 5-year-old, and his name is Noah Mason. He is the only surviving member. He is still in the hospital. Just an awful situation. We've been covering this for a number of days because this crash actually happened on Sunday night on I-75 in Bartow County. Our Adam Murphy spoke with the family's pastor today about how this community is grieving, but also, how that 5-year-old deals with all this. And here's a little bit of what he found today.
I'm Adam Murphy outside Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Scottish Rite on Johnson Ferry Road. This is where 5-year-old Noah Mason is recovering following a horrible car accident on Sunday that he was involved in with his family. According to the Georgia State Patrol, the Masons' van was traveling northbound on I-75 in Bartow County when it left the roadway, crossed the median, and entered the southbound lanes, causing a multi-car crash and chain reaction. According to the incident report, the Masons' car ran off the roadway for, quote, unknown reasons. Now, 4 of the 5 members in that car died. 43-year-old Dakari Mason, 35-year-old Aaron Mason, 15-year-old Brandon Crawford, and 6-year-old Titus Mason. The only surviving member, as I mentioned, 5-year-old Noah Mason. Now, a pastor for the family said he has met with them. He has been praying for them. He is also telling me that Noah is expected to make a full recovery, and he's asking that you pray for the Mason family as well as the family of 21-year-old Amy Odom, who was also killed in the crash.
That report from Adam Murphy, who spent the day talking with those who knew this family, talking with that church's pastor about how this family grieves, the only surviving member, and how this could impact, that 5-year-old for a lifetime. Just so tragic in so many ways. Another big story we've been talking about today, and really there have been so many updates along the way, but there's been a new appeal that was filed today in relation to former President Donald Trump's criminal case here in Georgia. And of course, it being election season, a lot of focus on this case, as it's been since the start. But some new information came out today with this new appeal. Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis is appealing Judge Scott McAfee's decision to dismiss 6 of the 41 charges against former President Donald Trump. Under normal circumstances, Willis would not be able to appeal without Judge McAfee's approval, but because the Court of Appeals is already looking into another matter in this case, she was allowed to go over McAfee's head, which is what makes this so unique and so different for a number of reasons. But the other matter is whether Willis should remain on the case at all. Of course, we've been hearing from President Trump's team about where they stand on all this because they think Willis should be thrown off this case. That has not happened, but with this appeal, it'll be interesting to see how this kind of falls out. Another thing we're watching, and something we were talking about a little earlier, is just the upcoming holiday weekend. Hopefully you have some time off with your friends or family to really kind of enjoy it. Memorial Day weekend's typically when many people here in Georgia hit the roads and when they get on the water. In fact, we're expecting a record number of people traveling for the holiday weekend. But our Atlanta News First reporter Joshua Skinner went to Lake Lanier today talking with people about what people need to know as we get closer to the Memorial Day weekend and how law enforcement's going to be reacting. And this really could be so important on so many layers. So here's a little bit of what Josh found out today.
Memorial Day weekend is upon us.
So you never get bored out here. It's always busy.
Georgia Game Warden Chase Fleming has worked on Lake Lanier for just over a year.
This is the best office in my opinion.
His job this weekend?
PNR 139 Gainesville.
Always ask for a life jacket for every person on board, and depending on the type of boat, they might need a Type 4 throwable and a fire extinguisher too. My name's Chase, this is Adam with Georgia DNR.
7 people were cited for boating under the influence on Lanier last Memorial Day.
I'm going to do a quick safety inspection. Can you show me a life jacket for yourself, a fire extinguisher, and a throw cushion?
And the effort is truly intermodal. The clicking point for the 1.1 million Georgia drivers taking to the streets this weekend, buckling up and speeding.
Check your speed back there at 98 miles per hour, and it's a 60 out here.
16 people died on Georgia roads during Memorial Day weekend last year, a number Alan Poole with the governor's office hopes to cut into.
Making sure we drive those numbers down compared to the year before. That would be a great win for us.
Safety is paramount, whether you're on the water or on the road. Life jackets in boats, seatbelts in cars.
Wait, say that again?
It's not that complicated.
Appreciate your help. Safe out there. Yes, sir.
And I think everybody should wear a life jacket when they're out here because it just, it's going to save your life.
Traveling for the holiday,
Obey the speed limit, put your phone down.
Joshua Skinner,
It's going to be a busy weekend.
Atlanta News First.
It certainly is going to be a busy weekend ahead for so many people. If you haven't been on a lake before during a holiday weekend like this, it is certainly a place to be, but hopefully people will stay safe this weekend. We were talking about the weather that's expected for this weekend. I know we do have some first alert weather days in the forecast, so that'll be something to watch. We had some storms in the area here earlier tonight, but really in pockets north of the city. And so that'll be something to watch over the next couple of days as we've been talking with our team of meteorologists about what people can expect and what they need to know. Because a lot of people are going to be on the water, a lot of people are going to be on the roads and traveling. And so as we take another look outside, certainly a lot to talk about as we approach that holiday weekend. And here in the newsroom, I know we're preparing for our 10 and 11 o'clock newscast tonight. We'll be talking with our team of meteorologists about what you can expect out there. And they'll be breaking down the forecast, but we'll also have all the day's news headlines for you tonight at 10 and 11. So hopefully you're being safe out there. And we hope to see you tonight. Thanks so much for checking us out here tonight, and we appreciate it.